This next video we're going to show the engine, we're going to run it, we're going to drive it down the road, let you hear it, see what it sounds like, see how it drives. I forgot to show you the inside of the trunk. The trunk is also rust free. Everything's been splatter painted. Has a custom tire cover in there. T-tops are in the T-top bags now. They're in nice condition. Well, don't know if I can pick it up with one hand, but the bottom of the floor is all nice. There's a picture that you can see. Enough about the trunk. Let's go to the engine. Again, originally it was a 301 turbo car. Now it has a 1976 Pontiac 400 engine. This was installed before I bought the car. The air conditioner parts are long gone. The only thing left is the suitcase on the firewall. All the hoses, the compressor, the condenser, all that stuff is gone. It does have heat. The engine feels to be very stock. It runs and drives nice, but it's not a real big performer, you know, it's just a nice drive. The fender braces were replaced with aluminum aftermarket units made by Blockers Performance in Bologna, Arkansas. The carburetor was rebuilt with all internal parts. It runs out really nice. It could probably use some work on the choke. When it starts up cold, it idles high, but it tends to not come down. You kind of have to hit the gas for it to come down, so the choke might be sticking. Let's start it up. The exhaust is true dual exhaust, running through 40-inch original 40 series Flowmasters. All the exhaust pipe was replaced from the downpipes off the engine back. It's the original size 2 1/4 inch pipe. Sounds pretty good. Has a slight exhaust leak on the passenger side. And I believe that is where the manifold bolts to the head. I've never had it apart, never had the engine out, but I believe that's where the problem is. We'll take it for a drive and see how it does. Alright. Power steering leaks just a little bit of fluid, so I have to keep a check on that. All the brakes were replaced a few years back with new rotors, calipers, soft lines, pads. The e-brake system was all replaced with new cables and brackets. However, the brakes are a little bit squishy. You might can hear that. I'm not sure if it's a vacuum source leak or if it's air in the lines. I've tried to bleed the lines. I can't get any better results. Scares a few people who drive it, especially if they're used to a late model. I've just gotten used to it over the years. It's been that way for a long time. Even before I changed everything out, it just didn't help a whole lot. It does have 4-wheel disc. It's an automatic. It runs and drives pretty nice. Like I say, not a big performer, but it'll get you where you want to go and you'll look good doing it. Sounds good, looks good, drives nice. We're just going to take a little turn around the block. Like I say, the brakes are a little squishy, but they work. There we came to a complete stop. No big problem, just a little weird feeling if you're not used to it. Tach works. Temperature gauge works. Speedometer does not. Fuel gauge, amp gauge, all that works. We're going to come back around the block. And we're back to where we started.